Presidential Broadcast Service.
Radyo Pilipinas. Radyo Publiko
Ng bagong Pilipinas para sa bagong Pilipino. Naghahatid ng mahahalagang balita at impormasyon na guugnay ng pamahalaan sa sambayanan. Tulay sa himpapawid ng serbisyo publiko. Radyo Pilipinas. Radyo Publiko. Ang boses ng Pangulo. Sa Iloilo, Radyo Pilipinas. 585 AM.
Welcome back once again to your favorite edition of the Low ECU.
Conversations that matter. Real talk.
Philippine Standard Time, it's 3:04 in the afternoon. Maayong hapon Pilipinas, maayong hapon ECU. This is Real Talk. Kag ako ang inyo kaupod subong nga hapon Lucille Haspe nga temporaryo nga nagatalo sa aton mga regular anchors subong nga hapon. Si Dr. Heinz B. Gumakil ang aton nga PICO Director, kag sa aton sini nga University President Dr. Gabriel M. Salistre Jr. nga pareho sini nga may mga importante nga mga functions sa subong nga adlaw kung nga ako ang inyo sini nga kaupod diri sa Real Talk. Kag sa subong nga hapon, as usual, pag-aistoryahan naton diri sa Real Talk ang mga mainit nga mga topiko, especially subong nga hapon sa edukasyon. Diri sa Real Talk, pag-aistoryahan naton ining report sang World Bank regarding sa ila sining na survey or sa ilang study nga siyam out of 10 ka mga Filipino students nga nagaedad 10 years old ang mahmudlayan or nag-struggle paghihapon sa pagbasa bisan simple lang nga text. So sa subong nga hapon, mangin kaupod naton ang pila iya ka mga estudyante naton sa graduate school kung sa diin ini sila tuon sa global current trends and issues in education under kay Dr. John Eric Juanesa sa College of Education Graduate Studies diri iya sa Iloilo Science and Technology University. So sa aton sini nga pagbalik sa dili lamang madugay, mangin kaupod naton subong nga hapon si Ma'am Irene de Mafiles kag si Ma'am Joanna Marie Calibara nga amo iya ang dugang explain sang sini nga mga problema kag kung paano iya o kung talakayon sang ginatawag nga EDCOM 2 ang ini nga mga issues sa karon. So we will be back after a short break kag mangin kaupod na naton ang aton sini nga mga bisita.
Alas tres na!
Magpamati na sa
Hello, ECU!
ginadulong sa inyo sa Public Information and Communications Office sa Iloilo Science and Technology University.
Hello, ECU!
Diri lang sa DYLL 585 kag sa ECU Public Information Office Facebook page. Alas 3 tubtob alas 4 sang hapon. Martes tubtob Biyernes.
Featuring Ladies First, isa ka weekly magazine show on women, lifestyle, health, kag madamo pa. Tagsa ka Martes upod kay Lucille Haspe, kag Jovette Amy Arceta.
Real Talk, ibaluon ang mga programa, proyekto, academic programs, and university policies upod kay Dr. Heinz B. Gumakil and ECU President Dr. Gabriel M. Salistre Jr. sa Tagsa ka Miyerkules.
Study Bright, ang programa nga gindisenyo para sa mga estudyante. May talent ka man o wala, magpamati na para hindi ka maulhi sa Study Bright. Ginadulong sa inyo ni Gray Habaradas kag ni Jeff Sustituido, Tagsa ka Webes.
Level Up, ang programa nga magdala sa inyo sa nagkalain-laing nga parte sa kalibutan kung sabihin ng ECU may global collaboration sa international advancement. Kag sa Tagsa ka Bernes, kanta si Miss Liza Napone kag Dr. Heinz B. Gumakil.
Don't miss it. Your afternoons just got smarter.
Whether on air,
Or online,
Stay informed
inspired.
and connected.
Handong mo bala maging eksperto sa lakat sang panahon? Gusto mo bala manguna sa pag-anunsyo kung may nagapadulong ang pagkuluupon kalamidad? Ari na ang pinakauna sa bilog ng Western Visayas. Hustugid ang nabalaan nyo. Yari na sa ISATU ang kurso para sa mga luyag magtuon sa atmospheric processes, physics, kag advanced mathematics. Ang BS Meteorology. Be a pioneer. Be a weather scientist. Be the shield of the nation against climate change. Dili sa ISATU, i-level up namon ang inyong kinaalam sa siyensya sang aton panahon. BS Meteorology is waiting for you at ISATU. Enroll now! Attention, ISAT University graduating students. The ISAT University Registrar is still accepting application for graduation. For those who have not yet submitted their application this second semester, academic year 2025-2026, you can still submit until January 31 at the office of the University Registrar, second floor, Student Services Building. Don't miss this important step toward your graduation. Submit your application now. Nabudlayan ka bala mangita ang venue para sa inyong event? Ang Iloilo Science and Technology University nagaparenta sa venues para sa conference, seminars, review centers, livelihood trainings, kag iban pa. Magkadto lang sa office sa Industry Linkages Development Office for reservation nga nahaptang sa second floor sa Student Services Building kag pangitaalang si Mr. Francis Fritz S. Portuno, ang project manager sa rental services, or si Miss Jane Zaragoza. O kung magtawag lang sa telephone number 033-3207-190 local 292.
Real Talk.
And we are back, and as promised, nanging kaupod naton sa bunga hapon ang mga estudyante sa graduate school naton diri sa ISATU. Pero actually, mga moms man ini sila, mga maestra naton ini sila. Ang una naton nga igapakilala sa inyo ang akon diri nga sa wala, si Ma'am Irene Demafiles, Teacher 3 sang La Paz National High School. Kag diri sa tuo kuya si Ma'am Joanna Marie Calibara, Assistant Professor sa University of the Philippines, Visayas. Ma'am Irene, palihog ani sa imong microphone kag say hi sa imo sini nga mga estudyante sa ato mga tagpalamati kag most of all kay Sir Vanessa.
Yes, thank you for that, Ma'am Lucille. Good afternoon, everybody. Maayong hapon sa mga nagpamati, kag especially sa mga co-teachers, kag co-workers ko sa La Paz National High Schools. Maayong hapon, La Pazanians. Ari kita diri subong. Sir Juanesa, thank you for giving this opportunity sa amon para nga mag-grill diri subong. Actually, we're having very different kinds of emotions at this very moment. Especially kay bago lang kami, ma'am, nakaka-experience sa sining sitwasyon nga na TV na radyo pa. But then, yes, really, thank you, Ma'am Lucille, for giving us opportunity to be heard this afternoon. And hope ang mga tagpalamati naton mag-enjoy subong nga hapon.
Yes, I'm sure, ma'am, ang mga estudyante ito sa Lapas, grabe palakpak nila, kita nila si ma'am. Ma'am Joanna, ang greetings mo, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am. Hello, everyone, especially sa nag-watch subong sang live, no? Hello, Sir Vanessa. Thank you for giving this opportunity for us to be able later on to share our understanding with regards sa EDCOM report. And classmates, hopefully ari man kamo ka nag-watch, later kamo naman bulos sa amon diri.
Yes. Sila ini ang mga estudyante ni Sir Vanessa. Kag ginaistoryahan naton, as I've said earlier, ginaistoryahan subo ang mainit nga issue regarding sa sinang World Bank nga issue nga maski ang 10 years old na, nabudlayan pa magbasa, no? Although gahambal kita nga diri sa Pilipinas ka mga alam man sa aton, ang literacy naton niya taas, pero sa survey gapakita nga nabudlayan pa sila magbasa maski 10 years old na sila. Kag ano ang rason? Di ba? Nakita ko no sa EDCO, ma'am, mapasugot ka mo, nabasahan ko lang ni, nga ang isa sa mga reasons kung nga may amo kita siya problema, kaya ang mga teachers kuno overwork.
Yes, I
Tuod
agree
na.
to that. Based sa data shown sa sa EDCOM report, ang aton teachers very overwhelmed sila. Instead of preparing themselves when it comes sa classroom instruction, ang kakatabo damo sang administrative and non-teaching tasks. Dira sila actually overwhelmed. So, eventually, it's a domino effect. Kung ang aton teachers hindi ka prepare, automatically, our students will also suffer. So, I
Yes.
think really it's one of the factors ni siya, ma'am.
Okay, pero balikan naton anay, i-explain naton sa aton sini nga mga tagpalamati, ano bala ma'am or what is EDCOM?
Okay, so
Okay, briefly, I would say that EDCOM is Education Commission. It's a national body created by the Philippine government para mag-review, para mag-assess, at para mag-recommend sa mga reforms for education system para man makahimo kita or makakreate kita sa mga estudyante na ready later on to
Yes.
face the real world. Where in the real world, kinahanglan natin mag-ubra. Pero if there are misfits, let's say for example, ang mga skills and capacity of the students are not suitable or aligned with what is being required sa aton nga workforce, then what will happen?
Yes.
And it will end up nga they will not have their own job.
Correct ka. There are times nga mahambal kita nga once you have already graduated, may diploma ka, kahit siyempre kung magkato ka sa workplace, ang kompetensya dira very stiff na ya subong sa una kung wala ka diploma mambas na budlayan ka mangita obra, pero subong bisan may diploma kaya nga ginabitbit budlay mangyapon mangita obra, di ba la ma'am?
yes, ma'am. Kay actually sa na-watch ko kagi nga video bala ni Director Carol Markey, he mentioned nga ang diploma subong ang iya value naga-decrease na.
Yes.
Even if bisan may diploma ka, kung ang available lang ang mga work dira is like for example, janitorial man na or blue collar job in some other countries, amo lang gid na ang pwede mo applyan. So, bisan ibutang na to gali sa teaching, ang bachelor's degree subong kung mag-apply ka for tawag ni for DepEd ranking bala, wala na siya wala na points ang bachelor. So you have to to go further studies.
Yes, dapat i-equip mo ang self mo with your master's degree and doctoral degree
Yes, ma'am.
as much as possible.
Agree.
What are the most alarming findings sang EDCOM 2? EDCOM 2 nga 2026 regarding sa aton sini nga student learning outcomes.
Ma'am, allow me to answer this
Yes,
question.
yes, ma'am.
Okay. So first and foremost, it's just like the teacher's problem. Teachers are overworked. Teachers are overloaded. And so some also of the teachers are teaching subjects that they are not specializing in. If a teacher is teaching Filipino, whereas ang ilang specialty is English, they will have difficulty. Especially ang ilang medium of instruction nga na they're used to is English. So what
yes.
will happen? Sa Filipino subject, they're speaking English. So dapat, so this is misalignment also,
Yes,
right?
correct.
Another issue is infrastructure deficiencies. We have got classrooms, but they're not enough.
Yes.
We've got classrooms, but they are outdated. It is unsafe for the students to be in there. Why is it that when the students are already in the premise of the school premise, it is the responsibility of the school to ginasabat nila ang safety sa estudyante, right, ma'am? So, kabudlay, kung ang mga estudyante, ara sa eskulahan, ang eskulahan gabok. And also, in addition to the two that I have already mentioned, there's also mass promotion.
Yes.
Ginapapasar ang kabataan despite the fact nga hindi gani sila as you have mentioned just a while ago sa findings ng EDCOM nga 10 years old na ma'am, but they could hardly read.
Ang reason behind nga ang ginapapasar ang kabataan is basi gusto man nga ang name bala sang school. No, although gahambal kita bino nga ang school nga iniya 100% gidya permi makagraduate tanan nga nag-enroll, di ba? Para nga magnami man ang ilang ngalan. Pero may ara siya gali nga sa pihak sina there are consequences nga you have to face kiti gimpapasar mo ang kabataan despite nga halusun sila makabasa.
I agree to that, ma'am. Of course, I understand nga ang mga principles naton, di ginaamligan nilang ilang nga mga kaugalingon man because as they have understood nga kung ang school nga gina principala nila madamo ang hindi makapasar, it will go back to them. Anong ginihimo mo? Anong mga
yes.
interventions na ginihimo mo? So that means that the interventions that you have given to the students were not effective. So, nakuya man siguro, of course, the effect, correct. Another thing, ma'am, the early childhood education.
Yes.
So sa early childhood education, as Mr. Ie had mentioned in very many interviews that he had been into, 21% only of the total 3 to 4 years old nga kabataan makakadto sa maka-undergo sa early childhood education. Ang stage na ini is very important kag delicate. And lower pagid nga percentage, especially kung 0 to 2 years old nga kabataan, wala sila early childhood education man. Reading starts from this stage. Kung ang kabataan nagdako na, after this stage, budlay na sila tuduan.
Pero may ara man nga case, ma'am, kung case nga like kung very early pa sila mag-eskwela, hindi ayhan sila matak-an pag abot nila. Although yes, ako yagapati ko sa early childhood nga education, dasig na sila makabasa na sila, no? Pero basi mag-abot ang time bala nga let's say pagka grade 2, grade 3 na nila, tak-an na sila mag-eskwela kahit early pa sila nag-start.
Ma'am, I am already a grandmother, and my grandson started to go to school when he was 2 years old. And at 2 and 9 months old, he could read. And now he's reading spontaneously already at the age of 3 and a half. I believe that learning is an exciting thing for the students. It's only with the help of the stakeholders. Kinahanglan ihambalan man sang ginikanan, some people around him, and also a responsibility of the school to give a good and ang conducive na area to,
Yes, correct.
to learn, bala ma'am. So I think learning is never ending. Learning does not stop. Until we die, we will learn. Bisan sa daily experiences naton. If the child, kung matak-an ng child at the age of 2, there's a problem. Hindi na siya sa education, but there's something behind that. And another thing, ma'am, may ara pagid gali. Ang aton nga mga madamo bala loss of instructional time bala madamo, may earthquake kay diri sa aton permilang may bagyo.
Yes, correct, ma'am. Maski sa amon gani sa university, pareho kaina before nag-start ang program ta, may ara kita nga earthquake drill. Because syempre hindi ta ma-do away ang mga amon nga bagay kay sa isa ka tuig do hindi pwede mag-absent ang kalamidad sa Pilipinas. So, I know this is also one reason pagid kung nga ang aton nga education, especially sa elementary, kay sila niya mga vulnerable nga mga parts ng aton nga mga sectors ng aton society kay pag ulan nga signal number 1, wala na daw yung klase. Pero what about ma'am ang online class? Nakabulig man ni siya?
Ma'am Jod, would you like to help me answer this question?
Okay, actually, before, di ba, during the pandemic, grabe gidang struggle sang tanan, kaya wala sang face-to-face nga interaction. So, eventually, ang natabo is may mga kita mga alternative learning modality, either online man siya, either or modular man siya. So when it comes naman sa online, okay siya if ang facilities, kagang resources available. But what happens if ang school limited man ang resources, for example, especially sa mga public schools like us, hindi available all the time na may wifi ang mga students naton. Ibisan gani ang cellphones mo, wala sila mo. So how much more kung hindi sila capable, financially hindi sila capable gihapon. So hindi lang amo lang na ang isa ka factor. So other factors nga damo-damo pwede nga ara lang sa likod nga dapat tan-awon man naton before kita mag-implement or mag-impose sa mga sa mga programs like online modality. So other than online, ang isa na lang gid ang pwede during that time is modular, which is accessible sa tanan. But then of course, the result of that hindi siya namin
Okay, kung kisa daw parents mo nang kasabat. Mga true ka.
may reklamo nga nubo ang grades kaya ako na nagsabat. Ang parent gali ang nagsabat.
Oo, amo pag ginang isa ka factor man, no? Pero how does EDCOM 2026 describe the state of teacher capacity? Classroom readiness natin.
Actually, sa report nga nag-appear dira nga ang aton nga mga teachers bala when it comes sa ratio sa aton students, hindi siya appropriate. Kaya nga very crowded ang mga classrooms naton. Sila supposed to be ang ilang proposed tani is 1:40 bala ma'am pero ang katabo is that in some public schools, more than 40 kis agani 1:50, 1:60. So paano maging healthy ang interaction?
Correct.
Paano maging healthy ang learning process inside the classroom kung nagaduktanay sa maginuot nga space ang aton mga learners? Aside lang dira gahod. Sometimes in some other areas gani like sa mga umabala, ang partition gani kabayan na or plywood kung magahod sa piyak na section, paano man ka-concentrate na sa piyak na section? So, gisayado ka budlay siya katama.
For the meantime, utdon ko yung aton istorya nga tatlo. Kay ara sa linya naton, sa Zoom line naton, si Dr. Eric Juanesa. Sir Eric, mayong hapon.
Mayong hapon, Ma'am Lucille, and to your beautiful ladies out there, and likewise to your listeners and to all online followers of Hello Isatyu. Hello, everybody.
Mayong hapon, sir. Ari, ginadiskusyon na naton ining EDCOM 2. Sa nasaling na naton, madamo nga problema ang na-discover sa EDCOM 2 tungod sa sining issues naton sa aton nga education subong. May matugda ka dira, sir? Dali lang gida. Kaya daw hindi bation si Sir Eric. Naka-mute ka siguro, sir?
Okay. So, how's my audio, madam?
Okay na, sir. Audible na.
Okay na. Okay. So, again, I would like to emphasize that EDCOM 2, viewed by some other quarters as negative, but it's more of positive, considering that out of this recommendation, we made a lot of reforms. Guro, Ma'am Lucille, share ko lang no, sa higher education institution, kaya nga ito na mga guests, diversified ina sila sa DepEd kag sa State University mga isa. Pero sa point of view yabla, Ma'am Lucille, sa teacher education institution, sa higher education dito sa amon, sa aton, ano walang impact sang EDCOM 2 sa amon? Well, to provide you a brief development, because of the findings of EDCOM 2, nagnami ang amon nga examination sa PRC. And we are anticipating for examination comes March 15. Kag ang last na examination sang last 2025 September, kanami na kay nag-istoryahanay na ang aton nga mga bigwigs sa PRC kag sa CHED, kag naplansa ang mga table of specification, kag naplansa ang expected ng mga outcomes, And there you go. We are now measuring what is intended to be measured. So this can be attributed to EDCOM 2 nga aton subong mga teachers gina-view lang kung isa nga hindi sila kapasar sa board because in the first place the examinations that we are getting is not reflected dira sa amon nga content. So it's good nga meron nga synchronization, Ma'am Lucille. Sa arin sa perspective ni sa higher education ha. Sige, back to you, Ma'am Lucille.
Okay, thank you sa views mo, Sir Eric, no? Mabalik kita ya sa aton sini nga duwa diri ka guests, no? Paano ya ma-describe abi nga ang aton sini nga EDCOM 2026 ang state of teacher capacity kag classroom readiness so kay nga ginahambal mo, ma'am. Kay normally gid man no, wala sila sang anong dapat himuon abi kay do hasta do kadugay na niya nga problema nga sa isa ka classroom tumudamo estudyante maski sa college gani tag 45 that's already heavy sa parts ng teacher, di ba?
So I would like to answer this one.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Actually, let's go to the teachers' problem first. Sa teachers, as I have mentioned just a while ago, they are overworked. Aside from teaching, they are given a lot of like paperworks to do. So, especially kung ang isa ka teacher nanay or tatay pa. So there will be no concentration if the person or the teacher is overworked or overloaded. It's one thing that is very, very important thing to look into, especially sa DepEd. Another thing is the students lost confidence in this case, right? Because kung ang estudyante wala sang may learn maayo, ano ang dalon niya nga balon dito sa piyak.
Correct. Plus pagid nga kun halin siya abi sa deprived areas. Kinalakat niya pa. Pag-abot siya sa classroom, kapoy na siya, gutom pa siya. Kag kung magpuli siya, wala man sang may naga-follow up abi sang pagbasa.
Right.
So isa man na siya no. Actually lain gid man actually kag ang drive pagid siguro sang bata. Kay may ara man niya nga maski haling ka sa deprived nga family. Pero kung ang drive mo ya nga maka-eskwela ka, mag-alam ka, maninguha ka gid dyan, no? Pero I don't think na daw hindi naton pag itanawon ang amo na nga bagay. Pero of course, we really acknowledge inang ginahamba nila nga overworked ang teachers. Kaya ako, I also came from a family of teachers. Kag nakita ko man nga, hala ka, sang una, grabe ang obrahan na isang lesson plan. Kung elementary ka nga teacher, damo ka pa yasang mga drawing, dami mga kartulina. Sang uso pa ang visual aids mo, sang uso pa mga kartulina, mayo na gani, subong kami mga projector na.
Actually, gani, ma'am, subong, damo ang gin-hire na AO mo sa DepEd. Damo gidya, grabe ang pag-hiring nila bala sa AO. Kaya ang purpose malang by is ma-lessen or ma-reduce bala ang paperwork sa mga teachers. Hopefully, this could help later on. Kaya tibago pa lang siya man. So, mga few years from now, mabalaan ta kung effective ginman bala ang high numbers ang subong sang AOs balahaw.
Okay. We will talk more about this sa EDCOM 2 nga mga studies after a short break, and we will also introduce another guest nga upod man day, ma'am. So stay tuned, and we will be discussing more interesting topics regarding sa aton nga edukasyon.
Handong mo bala maging eksperto sa lakat sang panahon? Gusto mo bala manguna sa pag-anunsyo kung may nagapadulong ang pagkuluupon kalamidad? Ari na ang pinakauna sa bilog ng Western Visayas. Gusto gid ang nabalaan nyo. Yari na sa ISATU ang kurso para sa mga luyag magtuon sa atmospheric processes, physics, kag advanced mathematics. Ang BS Meteorology. Be a pioneer. Be a weather scientist. Be the shield of the nation against climate change. Dili sa ISATU, I-level up namon ang inyong kinaalam sa siyensya sang aton panahon. BS Meteorology is waiting for you at ISATU. Enroll now!
Alas 3 na!
Magpamati na sa
Hello, ECFU!
ginadulong sa inyo sa Public Information and Communications Office sa Iloilo Science and Technology University.
Hello, ECFU!
Dili lang sa DYLL 585 kag sa ISATU Public Information Office Facebook page. Alas 3 tugtog alas 4 sang hapon, Martes tugtog Biyernes.
Featuring Ladies First, isa ka weekly magazine show on women, lifestyle, health, kag madamo pa. Tagsa ka Martes upod kay Lucille Haspe, kag Jovet Amy Arceta.
Real Talk, ibaluon ang mga programa, proyekto, academic programs, and university policies upod kay Dr. Heinz B. Gumakil and ISATU President Dr. Gabriel M. Salistri Jr. sa Tagsa ka Miyerkules.
Study Bright, ang programa nga gindisenyo para sa mga estudyante. May talent ka man o wala, magpamati na para hindi ka maulhisa. Study Break, ginadulong sa inyo ni Greha Baradas kag ni Jeff Sustituido, Tagsa ka Webes.
Level Up, ang programa nga magdala sa inyo sa nagkalailaing nga parte sa kalibutan kung sa diin ng ISATU may global collaboration sa international advancements. Kag sa Tagsa ka Bernes, kanta si Miss Liza Napone kag Dr. Heinz B. Gumakil.
Don't miss it! Your afternoons just got smarter.
Whether on air,
Or online,
stay informed
inspired.
And connected.
Attention, ISAT University graduating students. The ISAT University Registrar is still accepting application for graduation. For those who have not yet submitted their application this second semester, academic year 2025-2026, you can still submit until January 31 at the office of the University Registrar, second floor, Student Services Building. Don't miss this important step toward your graduation. Submit your application now. Nabudlayan ka bala mangita ang venue para sa inyong event? Ang Iloilo Science and Technology University nagaparenta sa venues para sa conference, seminars, review centers, livelihood trainings, kag iban pa. Magkadto lang sa office sa Industry Linkages Development Office for reservation nga nahaptang sa second floor sa Student Services Building kag mangita lang si Mr. Francis Fries S. Portuno, ang project manager sa rental services, or si Miss Jane Zaragoza. O kung magtawag lang sa telephone number 033-3207-190 local 292. Nakabakal ka na bala sang imo PE uniform? Kung wala pa, magkadto na sa ISATU Integrated Income Resource Generation Program Store. Nahamtang sa kilid sang ISATU sa Dalan Burgos, La Paz. Sa IIRGP Store, mahimo man kamo makabakal sang tela para sa ISATU uniform, ID lace, university t-shirt, kag mga souvenir items sa presyo nga barato. So ano pang ginahulat mo? Bakal na! Real Talk.
Time check, it's 3:37 in the afternoon. Kag as promised, upod na natin subong si Ma'am Rachel Labordo, Master Teacher 2 sang Lambunaw National High School. Good afternoon, ma'am. Ang imo nga pagpanamyaw sa aton mga viewers kag tagpalamati diri sa Radyo Pilipinas.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon also to our mentor, Dr. Vanessa, of course, to ISATU community. Shout out to my principal and assistant principal, Sir Melvin Lego, as well as my colleagues, and hopefully this afternoon, we can learn something about this discussion about EDCO, ma'am.
Yes. Gusto ko balikan ang ginaisurya ni Ma'am Kaina tung sa mga mass promotion. Kaya actually, hindi lang man sa teachers yung katabo, sa iban nga mga private companies may mga mass promotion man, pero sa aton niya nga mga teachers may ara nga mass promotion kag nga do ka ang iya bala nga dating do ka harmful.
Yes, ma'am, I agree with that. When we say mass promotion, they are promoted to the next level, although they did not master the competencies in that certain level. So therefore, this is the product of course, we are given guidelines, and sometimes, as mentioned by Ma'am Irene, the tendency is that it would be blamed to the principal. It is reported also in EDCOM based on that. So the principal and the heads don't have other choice but to promote because it will go back definitely to them. But in the long run, actually it's very dangerous, ma'am, because it will accumulate, learning gaps. Of
yes.
course, if it is promoted in a grade 2 but did not master the competencies in grade 1, that would be a problem to the teacher in grade
Yes.
2. Because the teacher would deal with different skills, would deal with different levels. And so, it would be additional work to the teacher. Would you agree, ma'am?
Yes, correct.
Yes.
Because, pag abot sang bata, let's say, grade 1 siya, paabot sa grade 2, aside from the fact nga problema siya sa teacher, may ara man na guro sa part sang bata nga maging insecure siya with his classmates, no? Kahit kung ang iba niya nga classmates, kabalo magbasa, maulihi siya, base it would also cause another problem naman sa part sang bata. Base, mabuli siya.
I just
hindi
wanted
man.
to say a little bit about this one in a very true to life experience.
Yes, ma'am. Sige.
There is a student just today, and this morning, this girl actually wanted to jump out of the building. Pero, okay, so
that's so
na-stop
sad.
siya, gin-ask siya. Gin-ask ko siya, gindala siya sa akon. And then I said, what's the reason? Would you like to tell me how you feel today? Hambal ko siya. So, gindiscuss siya, I feel nothing. Hambal niya, nothing. I said, okay, nothing. So, gin-expound ko to. Tapos, sambal ko, dibla, this thing has no life. That means that this thing doesn't feel anything. Are you this thing? Wala ka kabuhi? Hambal niya, may kabuhi, ma'am. So, how do you feel today? So, ginambal niya, sad, angry. Why? Because I don't know how to spell it. I don't know how to understand English.
Okay.
And then, so that means, correct to ma'am, ginambal mo ma'am. It's not only the problem of the teachers.
Yes.
Let's also consider the problem of the students. They are also disappointed of themselves because they cannot read, they cannot express, and they couldn't write. But what is the root cause of this? Balikan na naman naton ang aton nga root cause, ma'am, no?
Oo. Basi, because ang kasakoon naman ni teacher, naluoy ako sa teacher, kabalik sa teacher.
But actually, ma'am, this problem could not be blamed to the teacher alone.
Yes,
because
that's right.
most of the time, we teachers, kaluoy lang kami. Because all the blames, we would take it. But we have to take note that it takes a village to raise a child.
Correct.
So therefore, there are so many factors. Education is a system. It's not only the teacher that involves here to teach the child. So therefore, we also need the help from the parents, the help from the government, the help of the community itself, enable us to educate this child and somehow produce something that could be later on competitive and could somehow be serve as something in our community or in our society, ma'am.
May ara pagid na ma'am nga case nga basi part pag siya sang mass promotion bala nga the teacher the relationship of the teacher kag sang parent nga basi nahuya siya sa parent nga hawidan ang bata kay do permi ako ni mother ginatagaan sang pamahaw. Will that be also another reason?
I guess, ma'am, this is an issue of morality.
Yes.
As a teacher, we shouldn't receive gifts from parents. Kay may kabaylo, ginalito mo. Kung wala man kabaylo, nahuya ka later on to fail a student.
Yes, correct.
Because, as what you have just mentioned, nga, I receive a lot of gifts from the parent. So instead of hawidan siya, let me pass this child.
Pero ang consequence is, gabalik yapon kay teacher. No? Diba? Muna ang ato na kinatanaw.
That's correct, ma'am.
Okay.
Because,
Yes, ma'am.
Because as teacher, we should set quality education. We should set standards. So
Yes.
if you do this, later on, we would produce graduates wherein ila skills is not enough to go out and look for a job. And somehow, without adequate mastery at all, they wouldn't be functional wherever they go.
Yes, correct. And in fact, may ara ko na gani nga nakilala, no, nga graduate na siya may ara pa iban nga words nga mga kasimple nga words nga hindi niya ma-spell. Ay, nanuman. Hindi ako gusto nga mag-blame sinaya sa teacher. Iyan na siguro yung problema. Pero
Yes.
usually, ang mga amoni nga bagay, especially ining mass promotion, syempre, balikan, tagid nga, kung ginhawidan siya ni teacher, kagin paripit, kagin pa basa, liwat, upod sa mga next mga nga batch, basi nag-alam pa siya. Muna bala. But anyway,
Yes.
ano ba ang mga major reforms nga gina-recommend man niya sang EDCOM sa with all these problems na ginatakol naton? Ano ang mga major reforms nga ginahatag man niya abi sang EDCOM 2 para nga at least maganaga-ning education learning crisis?
I think si Ma'am Rachel, balaan ni mo.
According to EDCOM 2, ma'am, the country needs major reform.
Ano nga major reforms, ma'am?
First, it calls for the improvement or stronger foundation in the basic education or in the learning wherein we should prioritize literacy and numeracy. At the same time, somehow, we have to set that the child is ready for the next level. That's what EDCOM wanted to emphasize. The second one is, of course, they wanted to end this mass promotion. Yes, because this is not advisable. But going back, ma'am, as I said, it should not be blamed with to the teacher because there are so many factors on this mass promotion. Or somehow, the child's problem is not only the problem is the teacher, because we have to consider the psychological capacity of the child when it comes to mental state. How about the emotional capacity? We have to take note also the psychologically. We also have to take note physiologically. It might be may diferensya sa salawas that could contribute to his understanding. And we have to raise the flag of teachers because most of the time we are the most blamed when it comes to the problem in education system.
Yes. Kay may ara yang nga mga kabataan nga mambal tagi mga hindi pa ready, no. May ara ginatawag nga late bloomers.
Yes.
So may ara yang kabataan man nga fast learners. Pero ano kaisog ang teacher para nga maghawid sa bata kag para nga ma-stop naton ang mass promotion nga niyabi?
Wow, kaisugon.
Yes.
Okay. I would like to say that the teachers are always under their heads. Yes, we respect what is the mandate coming from the top. So I think sa ako na niya ha kung ano ang ginhambal sang puno, amo man ang i-relay sang next na branch sa iya mga leaves.
Yes.
So, what can a teacher do if the leader says no? So there's always this kind of thinking. Can a teacher is very weak. Gamay lang it's only a very few percentage of teachers that are very brave enough to lose their job or to fight with the system or to fight with the leader. That no, hindi. I will take this and I will let this stay. But actually, ma'am, ginahambal man sa EDCOM nga it is wala man ni siya na butang sa mandate na there should be mass promotion. It is just misunderstood lang gid siguro ang mass promotion ngani. The mass promotion is just like because of there are very many damo na mga ingredients kumbaga wala mamao. So wala siya sa mandate, so it shouldn't be forced to the teachers to really promote the students. But then balikan ko to kagina ang ginhambal naton, nahuya siguro ang mga leaders nato na mambalay sa eskwelahan yung gali. There are a lot of students that return. Ano yung remediation ang balwaginan? Nag-aral program, wala man gyapon kapasan. So that means that we need to help the student. We always say this one. Teachers are here to help build a student, to create a student that could face the real world someday. So what will happen if if a huge percentage of the students will return to, example, grade 6 sila subong, stay sila sa grade 6 and hindi sila ka grade 7, what will happen to the nation? The children are the hope of our nation. We need to help them build. But it is because of the systemic problem of the education. Dito kita sa root cause siguro mabalik.
So paano ang reactions ng DepEd sini? Ano iyang nga response sa among nga program or sa findings ng EDCOM?
Actually, EDCOM is considered as a turning point. EDCOM, we teachers are very lucky there's EDCOM because there is an institution that would tell the truth because this is data-driven result. So therefore, I think, ma'am, there are already programs in response to EDCOM report. For example, they have already ARAL program. This is a remediation to numeracy and literacy. This coming school year in senior high school, because I belong in senior high school, ma'am, there's already strengthening senior high school.
Okay.
Wherein this is in response because one reason of an effective learning somehow is that the curriculum is very congested.
Yes.
There are so many subjects in one day. So therefore, the product of it is there's no mastery. But in response to EDCOM, good for DepEd that they consider strengthening senior high school, wherein there is already they made it 5 core subjects instead of more than 9 last time. So I
Yes,
think this is one action from the DepEd.
Yeah, I think na magindula nga mga
Yes, ma'am.
strands.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that's also good. Although nga ang iba niya, ma'am, they were excited nga abi niya dulao nagid ang senior high. Unfair na yan sa amon. Ako niya kabataan, di ba, kita yan, nag-graduate kita yan, 20, 21. Ti ato niya nga mga estudyante, subong niya 23 na yan, nag-graduate, 22. Kag iban sa ila, because nga, senior high school, feeling nila high school lang sila gyapon.
Yes.
Na-notice mo nga,
Yes,
daw
I agree,
ang,
ma'am.
kumbaga, kita ya, sa pagkatutuya sa college, 16, kita 17, ito may mga buot na kita ya.
True, ma'am.
Pero sila ya, feeling high school, kaya senior high school.
Yes. That's correct, ma'am. I always emphasize to my students that the senior high school is your training ground for college. So therefore, you have to act out that you are already actually, when it comes, when we go back, then you are already a college student. But that's true, ma'am.
Oo.
That's true.
Correct. Ginaya nga, ang akon nga pagtanaw bala, because nga, nagdamo pagid ang strand, no?
Yes.
Do mga kabataan, although nga most of them, mamba, gusto ko amonya nga strand, gani kay hindi siya mag-qualify.
They've got choices, a lot of choices.
So, mangita lang sila lain naman nga choices.
That's correct, ma'am.
Pero ang isa pa nato nga problema, mabalik na to sa infrastructure, ma'am, that
Yes.
because we have so many students nga naglabot na sa senior high pagid may junior high, may ara nga mga schools nga they cannot provide
That's true.
classrooms. So, affected ang aton sila mga estudyante. What about ang role sa National Education and Workforce Development Plan? Ano ni nga ang gina-play nila sa sining reforms?
Before I answer that question, mahatag lang ko sang isa ka saying. It takes a nation to build a child or to
Yes.
educate a child, no, ma'am?
Yes,
no?
ma'am.
So, ang answer ko sa what is the role of the National Education and Workforce Development Plan? Ang iyang role is to support reforms by aligning education with the skills needed for the jobs, and gina-ensure niya nga ang mga estudyante will have the right skill to face the workforce, because
Yes.
that is the problem nowadays, because the students had already graduated but they still don't have the right skill, so they are not hindi sila ma-hire because of that.
Yes.
And another thing is this is because EDCOM, it has given the correct assessment of what is the problem in our education system, which is systemic already, as they had mentioned. So what should a doctor do? It's to cure the problem, right?
So ano ang aton sini nga mahimo? So amo na subong bilang mga teachers, I know nga dako-dako gid ang imbis nga ang aton nga problem ginahambal nila nga because nga overworked ang teachers. Pero as we look at the problem kag ang solution, to kabalik man gyapon sa trabaho sang teachers, di ba ma'am?
Yes.
Do ara man gyapon sa inyo na nakasalalay ang solusyon, mag-implement sang sini nga solusyon nga ginhatag nila.
Actually, ma'am, the teachers are well versed. We teachers are also very resilient. We can follow what is being given to us as task. Correct. As what you have mentioned, ara man gyapon sa amon ang solusyon. Yes, teachers were placed in the right place to be one of the angels of these students so that they can fly high someday.
Correct.
Kung if we are given this kind of support by the government, support, training, and we are also given health break, we are not machines, right?
Yes.
Then yes, we can help the students soar.
May wellness break na kita, ma'am.
Right.
Kag pwede na natin ma-start, ma'am. Pwede na. Nadumduman ko, pag-start natin sang Women's Month, no, sa first gid namon nga Tuesday sa amon nga programa sa Ladies First, na-mention sa amon nga HR, pwede na kamuya ka-apply wellness break ninyo. Even ang rason nyo, financially stressed. Anyway, na-mention one turning point ang EDCOM 2026 sa Philippine
ma'am.
education. Why so?
Actually, ma'am, this is a turning point because of the data, it revealed that there are so many problems in our educational system. And so these problems should be taken in positive way by our government so that we can resolve this one. Because actually, in many stages, when it comes to educational loss, in our education system, we are behind. We are not producing no longer quality graduates because of so many factors.
Mami ara ba lang, there are some who commented nga, nag-improve gid man ang mga students naton because of the senior high school. Will it be easy for them to get a job, especially like mag-graduate sila sa senior high school kag hindi sila mag-opt to go to college, mahapusan man ayan sila makakita obra?
I would like to answer that, ma'am. It was mentioned, Ma'am Joanna, that the qualification now, although that you are a college graduate, it would not be enough. How much more if you have graduated only senior high school? We're living in a very competitive world. Somehow, it could be for TVL students, they could use the skills.
Yes,
Maybe
okay.
if they have money or may ara silang backup plan, they could have build their own shop, for example.
yes.
Like they could build there or start a business, a bakery, ano pa na, sa auto shop, for example. But it comes to other courses. Actually, senior high school is very helpful. I am a research teacher, and I have feedback my previous students that it would be easy for them already in college to do it because they have
The
foundation
skills,
in research in senior high school. So I think in many ways, senior high school is very good actually when it comes to sciences and technology courses when they go to college, ma'am.
Yes, actually, nakabulig man, no? Pero ang hindi tagin ma-do away nga ang iban may negative feedback
Yes.
regarding dira, especially like nagdugang pag hindi ka tuig. Tapos ang akon nga bata do nabudlayan man mangita obra. Kaya because nga wala sila yan nag-offer the course nga may kinahanglan skills.
I think I wanted to add up, ma'am. Yes, I agree with Ma'am Rachel's idea. But then probably the government is like having a lack of like steps in supporting this kind of change in education. if we change, because we changed the K to 12, we need also to produce a lot of work that will cater the graduates from
Yes.
K to 12. Amo lang nang kulang sa government naton. We don't have enough kind of job for those students who already graduated from this K to 12.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why a lot of parents are clamoring that nag-graduate this is ako nga bata, but then it seems that it is just making my agony longer because I need to pay more and they have to study more. And instead of them going to the right workforce, graduating from university, hindi man gyapon.
Yes, nagalawig. Anyway, makadto ma'am sa inyo nga ginasadihan. Amo ni sila mga EDD. EDD. Pagtapos sa ngalan bala, may sugpon sa punta nga EDD, ang ibang PhD, sila ya EDD, or we call them the educational management student. Ano ya ang stand nyo sa EDCOM 2026?
Okay, I wanted to answer that, ma'am. Okay, this is a wake-up call. Bugtaw na kita, okay? So this is a wake-up call to improve education and prepare Filipino learners for the future. Not just the future, a bright future, for a successful future. Because natira ang problem, if we don't face and solve the problem,
Yes.
it's going to be futile, it's going to be useless. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. Correct ka, ma'am. Kay ara na, no? Ara ng problema.
Yes.
May mga solusyon naman niya ginhatag. So, all we have to do is implement it sang insakto. What is the significance of EDCOM 2, ya, ma'am, sa CHED kag sa TESDA?
I would like to answer
Yes,
that,
yes, ma'am.
ma'am. Of course, it was specified in EDCO report that the transformation should not only in basic education, it should be for 3 sectors. It will be from basic education or DepEd, we have the CHED, then of course we have also the TESDA.
Yes.
Yes, because the curriculum should be aligned from each other. But of course, the DepEd is the foundational stage of a child. So therefore, the curriculum or the subject should be aligned also when it comes to college. At the
Yes,
same
correct.
time, the CHED also would communicate to the TESDA wherein what are the skills that they could program, that they could somehow do or enhance, enable that there will be big opportunities when it comes to our learners, ma'am.
Yes, okay. Well said. Kag subong yan nga hapon, I hope na you have learned a lot. Halin sa aton sini nga mga moms diri, mga future EDDs naton, mga doktor na ini sa pila na lang ka sem, ma'am?
Sa amin, ma'am, this is the last.
Wow! Last na ni galing nga sem. So, sa June, see you sa
Comprehensive.
graduate. May compre pa ganit. Tamo pag yan. Pero amo na siya kabudlay ang ubra sa mga maestra. Hindi lang sila nga pagka-graduate nila, kag nakapasar sa LEP, okay na sila dayon, di ba? Damo pa sila agyan because they too have to equip themselves para nga masulbar man nila ang mga prevailing or mga aton nga mga existing nga mga problems sa classrooms naton kag sa of course sa educational system naton sa country naton subong. And with this, I would like to thank our guest and of course Dr. John Eric Vanessa, sir. Sir Vanessa. Nakamute ka siguro, sir.
Thank you very much for the opportunity given to our doctorate students. Despite of some sleepless night, but then they were able to articulate what is EDCOM 2 and what are some important and pressing concerns of the education sectors and how we could be able to be more relevant and at the same time how to help our Filipino citizens. Madam, thank you.
Thank you, Sir Vanessa. And of course, sa aton sini nga mga guests subong nga hapon, thank you so much. We have here kay Ma'am Irene, si Ma'am Rachel, kag si Ma'am Joanna. Ma'am Joanna, you may join us. Thank you so much. Kag sa aton mga tagpalamati, this has been Real Talk. This is Lucille Haspe, kag sa ngalan sa aton sining regular anchors, si Dr. Heinz Gumakil kag si Dr. Gabriel M. Salister Jr., ang ato University President. We would like to thank you for joining us this afternoon. Kag kabay pang we were able to give you a lot of information this afternoon nga makabulig sa inyo. Thank you so much. This is Real Talk. Time check is 4:02 in the afternoon. Mayayong hapon sa inyo tanan. Kag salamat.